Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining the LaPortia Mitchell podcast. I do have a special guest today. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, but I do want to always say that our journey to healing is ours alone to walk, but you don't have to walk it by yourself. So get with community, get with partners, get with people who've been through the same thing you've been through, or in some aspect, understand what you're going through, have empathy for it, and it just makes you stronger. So I'm LaPortia Mitchell on Facebook, on YouTube, and then if you want to follow me on IG, I am Portia underscore, and you know Portia is Portia. But right now, I have a special guest, and she is the sister of I guess our other special guest that we're gonna mention today, Mr. Travis Smith. So if you can just introduce yourself, Ty, and then we'll kind of just flow into the question.
Well, my name is Tyesha Simmons. I live in North Augusta, South Carolina. I'm the sister of Travis Smith, who was murdered in 2012 in North Augusta at the Ridgeview apartment complex.
Okay, and I came across your story because like I said, I want to tell these stories because so many of us are affected by gun violence, either ourselves or our family members. Where we come from, normally, you know, most of us know someone who's been murdered, killed, and unfortunately, sometimes the cases are not solved, which is the case with Travis. So when I read the article, it was about 2 years ago. So now it's going like 12 and a half years and just still no 12 and a half. Okay. So I did my research. Mr. Travis Smith, he has one daughter. He loves Kobe Bryant. Can you tell me a little bit more about him? Just as a brother person.
Yeah, Travis was a sweet person. He was humble. He was very funny, very likable person. He was easygoing, laid back, just kind of stayed to himself, wasn't confrontational. He was just all around good guy, just your average everyday guy. He loved to have fun. He loved his family, loved his friends. Like I said, he loved basketball, loved the Lakers. He was just a good guy.
Yeah. So do you feel like it's possibly a case of just he was in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Yeah, I think the wrong place, wrong time. I don't know, mistaken identity, or just somebody was just out there, I don't know, on some other type of stuff, or just whatever. And just he was just, wrong place, wrong time.
How old was he when he passed?
He was 28. He was 28 years old when he passed. Yeah.
He would have been like celebrating his 40 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so 28, goodness gracious.
Yeah, he was 41 this year.
41 this year. Okay. When is his birthday?
His birthday is August 15th.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, not August 15th. I'm sorry, April 15th. My birthday's in August. His birthday is April 15th.
I was going to say, I know two other people with that same birthday.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I thought August is my birthday, but his birthday was April the 15th.
April 15th. Okay. Is he a Taurus?
Yeah.
Mama Taurus. But anyway, so again, I do just want to celebrate him. Also, I know he's no longer here, but you know, I do believe that even when our loved ones move on, they're still here with us in some ways, even with us bringing his name up today. So I do think it's important, like you said, to just say their names. Do you still feel, or do you like reach out to detectives, or do you kind of just let them do their work, like just how they brought it up, you know, a couple years ago as a cold case? Do you kind of just let it play out that way?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. And just correction, you were right. He would have been 40 this year. So you were correct. But just to touch on what you just asked, well, it's kind of, in the past, I was more proactive, you know, going to the detectives and, you know, talking to them when it first happened. But now I've kind of just dwindled off and try to use other outlets to get the case out there, to get information. Because as I know him now, I think it's another detective on the case, because the detective who originally was assigned to Travis's case when it happened, he's no longer at the North Augusta Police Department. So it's somebody else. I don't know exactly his name. I think he did call me like one time, but I don't know exactly his name. But as of now, I've been using various different outlets. Like I had the billboard put up on Edgefield Road in North Augusta, just things like that, like trying to reach out to Crime Stoppers or the Aiken Public Safety to see if they would take tips, just using other kind of methods to try to get some information or just get somebody to come forward, or if anything comes out of it. So I've had really any direct contact with the officers or detectives.
Okay. I mean, so many times, when stuff like this happen, we can it can get pushed under the rug or
Yeah.
pushed under the rug, like just another case. But in this case, it is sexual violence, and he wasn't necessarily the target. As you stated, of anything, just happened to be doing what he loved outside, playing ball, hanging out or whatever, and then this happened. Someone knows, what
Yeah.
happened.
Like, when you get in the, you hear little bits and pieces and stuff, you hear things people might have heard, or you just overhear stuff, or, don't know where it's gossip or anything that people say, well, I heard this, I heard that, I heard such and such. But, nothing ever came through with any of, the little tips or anything. Nobody had anything concrete. And just to touch on what you said, that's the reason I'm so adamant about, keeping this case in the media and in the public, because like you said, so many people get pushed under the rug. And, after a while, people just forget about it. It's like, oh, well, that happened and he's gone, or this, that, and the other. And, just let it die. And I didn't want Travis to be that. I didn't want him just to be a statistic. I didn't just want to be like, well, somebody murdered him, nobody found him, well, he's gone, and that's that. I wanted people to see me and maybe just encourage somebody else tonight. Never give up on your loved one. Keep fighting, no matter how long it takes. It's been 12 years. Like, I'm still in the same place, but I'm going to keep on. You're going to keep seeing my face. You'll keep seeing his face. And I'm not going to let people forget that this happened.
I was literally, you led to my next question, because I was going to say, which I understand not giving up. I mean, I just wouldn't either, but I did want to ask you, not if it ever becomes a burden or anything, because that's your sibling, but do you think it would be a point where you're like, this is too much, or you're just like, I'm not giving up, like, no matter what, no matter how long it takes, basically, I'm taking this fight to my grave with me for my brother.
Yeah, it's been times where I've been like, well, I don't know. It's just been a lot, or sometimes I just get overwhelmed, especially like when when it first started. Like, I think when it first happened, I really didn't even have time to grieve because I was just so proactive, and I got to find out who did this. I have to see what happened because I just wrapped myself up in this case, and I was just busy trying to just keep trying to find out, things that whatever happened. And I just really didn't give myself time to grieve. So I had to step back for a minute, took some time off, and I was like, just let me chill for a minute and just get myself together. Then I just get back on it, and I have to make a promise, to myself to keep. I'm gonna take it to the grave, because one thing that people can say about me, they can't say I didn't try, I didn't fight, and that's what I think my brother would want me to do. I owe it to my brother. He would say, even if I don't get the closure I need, he can at least look down on me and say, my sister never gave up on me.
You're trying. You no matter what, you still, like you said, just putting the footwork in, and admirable, because that is a lot. With you speaking on grief, a lot of us, we keep going. We don't get to grieve our loved ones we lost. We don't get to grieve our situations change. If people lose children, or just different things that happen. Even if it's like with me, I had to kind of grieve like a life. I thought that my life was this, and then as I like healing and just growing up, and now I have 2 children, I'm like, that's, and I want to hold on to certain stuff in that life, and it's like you gotta let it go. But it's sad because you're like, but so do you have any tips? I mean, I like talking about the grief process because I feel like that's how you can grow. Do you have any tips on the grieving process? Taking your time. What did you do specifically, or just you're grieving, you're not trying to let go because you're going to keep his legacy alive, but just how did you kind of navigate that process, or are you still navigating it?
I think mainly it's basically taking it one day at a time and not letting people tell you how you're supposed to grieve, because everybody grieves in different ways, and nobody's supposed to tell you what grief looks like. Oh, however, whatever helps you get through the process, that's what's best for you, but you can't let it consume you. That's what I had to learn. I had to let go. This was like my everyday thing. This was like every day I carried it with me. Like, okay, this is that. I can't let it consume me. I have to just, step back, take a breath, still remember, I still have the memories of him. I still love him. I still want justice. More so now, I don't really say I want justice, because, that's something that the person that did this is going to have to want for themselves. they're going to have to be the person to step up and say, I did this. I want to take accountability for what I did. I was wrong to do this. And I want to take accountability. I just want closure. Now I say I want closure. It's really
the arrest, or
that's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, whatever the person who does this, whatever happens to them, that's on them, because that's their account. That's what they will have to do. I just want to know what happened and why.
Yeah.
Say, were you afraid? Was it a mistake and you didn't mean to do it and you just got scared and you ran? Or was it just a malicious act that you just wanted to kill somebody? Just let me know what happened to my brother. I just want to know. I don't have no clue what happened.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I put together, pieces in my head. I'm like, well, maybe somebody, or maybe this and that. Maybe they thought he was somebody else, or maybe, I just, put scenarios together in my head. But, I really now just want closure.
That's good.
So whatever comes to them, that's between them and God.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So I want you to have that closure, whatever that means for you, however that looks, of course, not giving up, staying in the fight, but still, we do deserve closure sometimes if we can. So I agree with that. I
You're
know
right.
you can turn your life upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my friend suddenly in a car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
She had just turned 33.
Oh, yeah.
In Augusta. And so you start your day one day. I was at home, that's the wreck, posted on Facebook, like, y'all, it's a bad wreck, just pray for your people. Because I felt this crazy feeling when I passed that wreck. I'm like, just, pray for your people. And a few hours later, I found out she was the one who was actually killed. And she was just one of my closest friends. If I don't have such a great relationship with my family, I still have my friend. You know what I mean? So she was like a person that was really important to me. Me and her girls, our daughters played together. So when suddenly like that, it did shape my world. I was like,
yeah. Especially when you don't have time to prepare for it, because it's one thing, when you know something's coming, you have time to prepare, you have time to say your goodbyes and things like that. When somebody just taking away from you time to, really, you always go back and think about, like, well, I wish I would have did this more. I wish I would have said this more. I wish I would have spent more time. I always say, I wish I would have took more pictures with him. Just, just things like that. You just can't go back. So it's kind of, everybody, it's always hurt when you love one. Not saying my pain is greater than anybody else's pain, because it's always bad or hurtful. You always feel bad when you lose somebody you're close to, but when it's just like instantly ripped from you, and then you don't know why on top of that.
Yeah, that's the second part.
Double type of pain. I think if I not know, that's what really hurts. That's what hurts a lot too. You just don't know. It's just something that just happened, and it's like, okay, that's it. You don't know why. He just gone.
One day this started this way, and by the end of the night, he was gone.
And you never can, because you never, I never, I know things can happen any day, but I never would have thought I would have been in this position. I never thought somebody would call me 4 o'clock in the morning and saying, well, my aunt called me and say, you need to come over here because something happened to Travis. Somebody killed Travis, and you like, what? First thing you're like, what? Because what happened? The first thing, what happened? Because I know he wasn't confrontational, or he didn't, so why would somebody kill him? Just have all kind of questions running through your head. So that's just the main thing.
Yeah. I seen his daughter. I know they posted on the article, so she had graduated high school and everything, right? Doing pretty good now.
She is doing amazing. She's an amazing young lady. She's just out there living her life. She's working, going to school to be an RN, just living, despite the circumstances, she's turned out to be a wonderful young lady. I mean, she has an amazing mother who has done a great job of raising her. She's very headstrong. So I know he would be very, very, very proud of her. So that's one thing I do find peace in, that he created a beautiful, smart, she's a great girl.
Yeah, my sister, she lost her dad to he was actually killed by Richmond County police officers. And he was unarmed. It was a big deal. I think this was in 96, maybe 97, maybe 90. maybe 97 or 98, but it was a big deal. You know, we were very young. He was a father figure to both of us. And even though we do know it happened, but you know, he was still unarmed. It was like overkill.
Yes.
She kind she's fighting, and she is a beautiful girl. But you know, and I don't want to tell anybody else's story. This is just from my perspective. I just
Mhm.
know when her father, it just changed. It changed her entire life, but
And
trajectory.
that's a different type of fight because you're fighting the whole system. So it's
Yeah,
yeah, you're fighting against the people who are supposed to serve and protect you. So who are you supposed to turn to in that time? So yeah, that's a different type of fight. So I definitely sympathize with her.
yes. A lot of times we can feel like so helpless, you know. But I think if anything, which I know he was not, you know, dealing with anything like that, but do you have a message to share for any like young women or young men who may be walking down the wrong path? Even if you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s, you know,
Mhm.
some people still be out here doing stuff. But do
Mhm.
you have a message of just like, you know, you can overcome, you can make a different choice, you know, it can get better, like, you know, just to stay strong and maybe try to make better choices.
Yeah, it's never too late. No matter what you've done, it's never too late to turn around, and it's not worth it. That 30 seconds or that 1 minute that you make a bad decision can cost somebody else's life, cost you your life, your freedom. And when you get behind those bars, nobody is going. All those people who are boosting you up to do all this stuff and were telling you do this, do that. Oh, I got you, I got you. You're gonna be behind those walls by yourself, doing your time alone. I mean, you may have like your parents
Yeah.
who may help you, but all those homeboys, homegirls, whoever you were dealing with, you're going to be doing that time on your own. They're going to be out there living your life, living their life. So it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You always make a change. Don't let nobody tell you what you're worth or what you can do. Just believe in yourself and just do the best that you can do. Because like I said, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Your life is changed forever.
Forever. And then, like you said, not your life only. Now you are affecting another family if you choose to go and commit, you know, crimes like this because someone else is telling you to do it or you
Get out. And
think
what
incorrect.
just sneak it out, because what are you like? You kill somebody, it's either their life gone, then your life is gone. They're gone. You destroyed their life, their family's life, then you destroyed your family's life because they have to see you get locked away and you're never coming home. I mean, like what did you earn by doing this? I mean, what good outcome did it have? Nothing at all. It only causes pain.
Yeah. You gotta,
Yeah,
I think now, like I think now some people are trying to like raise more conscious children or like make themselves more conscious, like emotionally and stuff. You know, even with me because I deal with like anxiety and stuff. So I
yeah.
make sure I know how to breathe and journal and you know, like cope and whatever I need to do so that I will not do stuff on impulse because your attitude or your anger or your sadness, you know, sometimes it's just like sadness and hurt. You can make a split decision and lose
Yeah.
everything you work hard for.
Because I dealt with this is the first time I'm publicly disclosing this, but my doctor did diagnose me with depression. And I chose not to take medication. Not a knock on anybody who does take medication, because you do what works for you. But so I just deal with that was something else, that dealing with that and then trying to deal with this on top of that. That was kind of hard for me. So like you said, the journaling, definitely prayer, just just doing different things to try to
No,
cope.
no, you shouldn't be crying like every day. Of course, if something
Yeah,
gets you may be sad, but some
yeah,
people cry. I'm like, girl, I have
yeah,
children under 10. I'm a full
yeah,
employee. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to be successful at that. I'm coming from the bottom. I cry.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
God, Portia, you better get yes, I love you. I'm gonna cry.
And
So
then with me, my doctor, because my doctor, when I went to the doctor, they were like, because I'm anemic too. So I thought my symptoms were due to that. With me, like I told, well, I have headaches all the time. I'm always tired. Sometimes I don't feel like I want to get up and this, that. And I just shook it off like, I'm anemic. So that's just something that's gonna happen to me. And then the doctor was like, do you think, I think you may be suffering from depression. How you be like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Anybody got another person. And then, as I kept, looking at things, looking at stuff, I said, well, maybe,
Yeah, no, I accept. I am a person who will take medication for it. I won't let them give me all kinds. I'm a person that goes like to therapy. I monitor. There's nothing. I'm not taking anything that will adjust my mood as far as making me happy, but not like you can take things that make you sleepy and
yes,
nothing like that. Just something very low. Again, I monitor it and I just try to kind of tap in with myself, but
yeah.
I had two children within a 5-year period, and then my life was going on around me. So I just know I needed something like.
Yes, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And like therapy, we have to take the stigma off of therapy or whatever. Or people, back in the day when people thought people was going to therapy, oh, they crazy or something. That's not what it's about. That is not therapy at all. It's just an outlet for you. Sometimes you feel comfortable talking to maybe somebody you don't personally know because you feel like, okay, they can't judge me. They can't look at me or someone. They can't go back and tell this or tell that. So, it's good in that sense. So yeah.
So I don't go to church right now actively, but I was raised in a church. I love God, so I just tell folks God and prayer.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
whatever
was
you need, but you gotta have that spiritual. I can't tell people what God deserves, but you have got to have that spiritual connection and foundation. I probably supposed to be crazy somewhere, the stuff we have to fight through. So I just know for a fact, I have to keep praying, and that's what keeps me going first. And so I'm glad you actually kind of pivoted into that part
yeah.
too.
And sometimes I'll be talking like I'm talking to a regular person, like I have a full blown conversation. And I just talk to, like I said, you have to have a personal relationship with them. It's not just about like you can go to church all you want to, but you have to have a personal relationship. You have to just get in tune with God. You have to be able to hear Him. See what He wants. Just listen. You have to take time out with Him.
Yes, you really do. And like you said, listen. Don't just
Yeah.
pray or ask for stuff. Like, listen.
Yes. Yes. That's what I would always. Yeah. Wait till I get in trouble. I get in trouble to go to Him. That's something that you have to learn. So wait till I get in trouble. You have to praise Him in all things. So that's something else that I really lean upon too.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, and that's so important.
Mhm.
It's everything that people are going through or may go through. You know what I mean? So just in closing, because I know people's time attention span is short. Anything else regarding Travis that you want us to know? I guess how will we reach you if we just wanted to show support, or I guess somebody had information. Just anything about Mr. Travis Smith.
Yeah, like I said, anybody who has any information, I know it's been a long time, but if you know anything that you think could be significant, something that you may think might not even be significant, it could turn out to be something. Or if somebody's out there who's afraid or who just, don't just come forward. You never know. You can contact the North Augusta Public Safety, or you can contact the Aiken County Department Public Aiken County Public Safety. They have like a tip line. I don't know exactly the number, but you can call them and get that. They're willing to take tips as well. Just anything. I mean, if you're scared, if the person is out there and they want to clear their conscience, just go out there. Forgiveness is in my heart. I mean, it's in my heart. I that's something I have to do. I have to not for them, but for me.
Yeah.
So like I said, my family, we want closure. We deserve closure. His family deserves closure. His daughter deserves closure. We just want closure. Like I said, it's more about closure now.
Yeah.
For me.
Peace in that closure.
Yeah, peace. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that peace, a big part of me will be
Yeah.
yeah.
Been praying for you since you even reached out or I got your information. And I've been wanting this to happen. How have you been since the hurricane?
Oh, better, because I tell you, them 9 days without that power, it was rough. I'm telling you, it was rough.
Yeah.
But thank God I'm still alive and just had to throw away some food, but that can be replaced. So I'm just grateful.
Okay, good. Well, I'll make sure to tag you once I upload this. It should actually be today or tomorrow. As long as that's okay. If
Yeah.
there's picture or any information you want to send me just to upload with it, just let me know. Other than that, thank you so much. I know stuff
Thank
like this delayed, and I wanted to be in the studio, but sometimes you just have to get messages out there, and this is very important to me. So thank you so much.
thank you.
You have a good one. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.